The decades-long debate over who holds true water rights in the Klamath Basin continues. This week, some ranchers told to shut off irrigation water. The problem, it's the driest year since the 1940s, and the lack of water could affect the entire basin.
Good evening, I'm Rick Tillery.
I'm Trish Close. Thanks for joining us tonight. This week, the Watermaster's office started gearing up for a legal decision on who holds senior water rights in the Klamath Basin.
The office sent out letters to everyone who may be affected by that decision. Those notes arrived today. News 10's Caitlin Conrad is here with tonight's top story at 6.
Good evening, Rick. Trish, the Watermaster's office in the basin was fielding a whole lot of calls today from people asking what's going to happen to my water. Bill Ferber with the Water Rights Office says for the first time in 20 years, Klamath County Courts will adjudicate water rights. And Ferber says the judge could make changes. The people who could be affected include everyone who gets water from the Klamath drainage system. They each got letters explaining what was happening. Ferber says the letters have everyone asking a lot of questions.
In the letter, it lists what their water rights are. And so they had questions, well, is this going to impact me? Is it not going to impact me? What can I do?
Right now, Ferber doesn't know just what's going to happen. The basin runs on a drainage system, which means anyone who gets water from the Sprague, Williamson, or Wood Rivers could be affected. One big stakeholder in the basin water issue, ranchers. A group was in court today asking for the state to ignore senior priority rights for the Klamath tribes. That motion was denied. Covering your news, Caitlin Conrad, News 10.
Every out here should be over the fence with these farmers. All of you!
The water rights debate dates back to before the 80s, but in the summer of 2001, farmers and ranchers went as far as to chain themselves to water valves and once hacked open the water supply. There have been many lawsuits, arguments, and crimes, all for the water fueling the basin. Those arguments held among tribes, farmers, ranchers, the government, and fishermen.